do you think you're treated differently as a woman in the ambulance service compared to the male student paramedics as well, but also the male paramedics, etc., and technicians?
Yeah. If you're two males, they're always going to have the stuff they're going to talk about. You can't really, they don't kind of just forget you're there.
Yeah, they don't change what they say.
Yeah.
Males are immature.
Which is like fine. Like they can talk about what they want to talk about, but it's just a bit awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like if it's two paramedics and you're the student paramedic, like I know we are quite a lot, for most of them, younger than the paramedics that we're working with, and so they're almost talking about grown-up things, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
but they
grown
don't
up than what we used to.
Yeah, but they don't have any boundaries, and they've been talking about this. It's probably their crewmate that they talk to all the time, and we don't make a difference to what they say.
No.
So sometimes it's like maybe they're not trying to be weird with us, but it just almost comes out like that because we are sat in the back of the ambulance, and it's almost like we aren't there.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
We're invisible.
Even if they're all sat in the back doing paperwork and you're sat there as well, still like you're not there. Like they just don't talk to you. They carry on their conversation. Like even if you try and join, or even if I try and join in, it's just like
Not the
it's a bit
same.
weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I
It's
think
better off not saying anything.
Yeah. I don't think like I'm treated differently to my male student paramedic counterparts. So I've heard from a couple of guys that we go to uni with that they're quite pally with their male paramedics. Like they almost just join in with the conversations, whereas I feel like for us we don't really join in that much. I definitely am jokey with them about stuff, but I can't. I'm not a man, so it is different.
But I feel like even if it's with women as well, I don't feel comfortable just joining in pally with other women either.
Yeah, okay.
It's clicky.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like it's hard. It is harder with females because they are like, this is my group.
Yeah.
Well, you have to initiate into this group if you're going to come in.
And at the end of the day, we are students.
Yeah, so they're not. There's a barrier there,
and we've not got time to make friends with them. Like I feel like you do have to work quite hard to then be pally with them and earn that from one, being good at your job, but two, just being like able to chat and be friends with them.
Because it is a, like tale of two hearts type thing. You have to be the student and learn from them, but you also have to get along with them.
Yeah, professional boundaries.
They have to.
Don't even.
So they have to balance between being really friendly with you and making you feel comfortable in the space, as well as being like you're doing that wrong.
Yeah.
But then also I feel like a lot of them know like, oh, they're just a student, we're probably never going to see him again, or we'll see him in like a few months. So like they don't actually
try.
Yeah, which is fair enough, but it does make it awkward for us,
I think it's crazy though. If they stay in their jobs for 3 years, we'll know them for 3 years. Like imagine relationships that we have with other people, like us guys. I know we see each other a lot, but we're going to be like so close after the end of a 3-year course.
Yeah. You're spending like a vulnerable time with them.
Yeah.
Like you're going through trauma with them.
Yeah.
Especially in first year, seeing a lot of stuff for like the first time.
Yeah. Let me say this, right?
Yeah.
You know how people create trauma bonds?
Yeah.
Right? I think a lot of first years do that, and I definitely have like lots of connections with people that I've seen horrible things with just because of that, and I don't know if I'd necessarily be friends with them. Like I'm on shift mainly with men, and I also mainly get on with men, so it's not really an issue. But like the trauma bonds that you make can sometimes make you think different things. I know that's like really weird, but because you've gone through that first thing and it's like you've just been chucked in and now you guys are close because you have no choice, because you've just seen a horrible thing, it's like, well, now we're friends, now what can we do?
It's easier to joke about it than actually address the fact that it has had an impact on you.
Yeah, 100%.
So you'll joke about it and then you'll have that relationship because you're joking about it with each other. Whereas if you talk to someone outside of paramedicine about it, they will be like, oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah, it's so like weird and trivial.
Within paramedicine, it is what it is. We see so much rubbish that we just have to.
Everyone's connected.
Yeah,
through it. So, do you think that patients treat you differently being a young woman? I'm going to say no. Personally, I have not had any experiences apart from elderly gentlemen being a little bit cheeky with me, but I controversially like that. because it gives me that rapport with the patient, and I will joke back. And lots of people tell you, oh, well, condone that behaviour, that's bad, like we shouldn't be saying that is good. But this guy is on his last legs and he just wants a little joke. He's lost his wife, like he just wants someone to treat him like his pals would. And that just so happens to be 21-year-old me, you know. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if he got on with a guy. I don't think he would treat me any differently. It's just we talk about different things. Same as I've been sat with an elderly gentleman and we've talked about cars for hours. I don't think they really care.
They just want
someone to talk to. And if someone's a little bit cheeky, like I'm a cheeky person, you know, I wouldn't mean nothing bad by that. But that's just how they are, isn't it? And I don't think they're doing it out of a place of being mean or making me feel uncomfortable. If they start stepping over the boundaries that I have, then I myself, I don't really go, hey, you can't say that to me, you can't do this, I don't like you anymore. I just step back and I come at it from more of a professional approach than I'm going to be friendly and pally and make you feel better sort of thing.
I think more of it's the fact that I'm young, not a woman. Like a lot of people, like patients are like, oh, how old are you? They find out I'm 19. It's like, oh, you're just a baby. And it's like, I know. But also, I'm not. At the same time, like I know I'm young to you, but also I'm at uni doing this course. Like, I'm
trained, I promise.
Like, I'm not a literal child.
Sometimes, to be fair, people say that though. They're like, oh, you guys are young. Like, if you come in with a whole young group. And I'm like, yeah, I just stealed the uniform. Like, I just walked in. This is my first day. Don't know what I'm doing. And they're like, oh! So you can have a joke with it, I think. I think that's how you come at it, though. Like, you can't be offended by it.
No.
In this sort of job, you just sort of have to take it and
brush it off.
Yeah. I think if it did overstep a boundary and it was a dangerous, malicious intent, I would feel confident saying something. Or I think actually my crewmates would say something first. But I think it's the way that you come at it, isn't it? If you make it fun, then it's less bad. We're not going to do anything to change that person's perspective, are we? So
people don't want you there, because I went to a regulating where we are.
Okay.
And she went, I didn't consent for a student to be here. I didn't ask for one. They didn't ask me if I wanted one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've always wondered that, because if you were a patient,
let me touch her.
Really,
wouldn't let me do her abs, nothing. Wouldn't let me talk to her. So
that's the rare case.
I just went and sat back in the ambulance.
Yeah.
Usually they're like, oh yeah, you can come and learn on me. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Usually it brings them more comfort having 3 people there on.
Yeah, they go, oh, there's a lot of you.
Yeah. Because if a student's doing it, the paramedic will double check to make sure they're right. So that's like a sense of security for the patient to be like, right, that is the right diagnosis.
But I do understand that though. I do understand where the patients come from, because I get nervous sometimes going in, and like if I've done something that I've never done before, you can see that I'm a bit nervous. And imagine if you were the patient and you're there like, please don't stop me. Like,
like
it is scary. Yeah.
Obviously the mentors are good, so they backed me up. I've been doing it for
years. Yeah. And I think this needs to be told because it's brilliant. Okay, so I had just got on shift, like literally we had just signed on. The OM comes over to our truck and says, hey guys, I've got a special one for you tonight. And I'm paired with two big boys, like they're gym lads, right? And they're really, really tall. Like, come through a door, there's a shadow, right? Anyway, and then there's little old me. And the OM, he looks at me and he goes, and you're going to really like this one, Ellie. And I'm like, oh, please do tell. And he went, okay, well, another crew's been on scene for 3 hours, all female crew. And I go, I see where this is going. And I'm like, give it to me, come on, I'll take him. And he said they're not being compliant, not eating in weeks, like they're really, really sick. And they're at like a semi-permanent care home type thing. And they've not taken their medication and they're in a bad way, right? We went up to the guy's little flat thing. How you doing, mate? Immediately saw me, started charging towards the door. And I'm like, good evening. Anyway, so this guy was having none of it. He fundamentally hated women. And I don't know why that is. And I don't know if maybe it was the medication and he'd not taken his medication for so long that maybe that was just how he was. He hated women. Anyway, so there was a crew prior to us, 2 female paramedics and a female student, and they were sat, when we walked up, they were sat in the office, like All right, guys. Anyway, knowing what was to come, the CCTV everywhere, they can see. Anyway, I come back down the stairs and they go, I've just seen you legging it down the corridor. I'm like, yeah. Did you know that was going to happen? They were like, yeah. Anyway, so you never lock two paramedics and a patient into a room, right? But anyway, he was so annoyed that I was stood outside the room that the two paramedics had to close the door and try and like get him off, and all I could hear was, no, don't you think about it, because this guy was like standing up when he had enough power and running towards them, and then like getting tired, sitting back down, doing it again. Anyway, so I went and sat down in the office because I was like, this is not, we're going to be here for 3 hours, guys, you know. But the boys had a little bit more of a chance with him, and they managed to like sort of hustle him and then push him out the door without restraining him, but walking him out. Yeah. Anyway, I'm watching the cams because I'm really nervous that the guys are going to get hurt. So I'm watching the cams and I see them coming out of his room and I go, right, girls, under the desk, right? And we all leg it. There's like, what, 5 of us now? 5 girls, but also there was a female like matron care home person. 6 girls, fully grown women, hiding under a desk. Because this man, to get out of the house and into the ambulance, this man had to walk past the office, and there's a big window so you can see who's coming in and out. And we're like, we need to hide because if he sees us, he's going to get us or not go. Oh my God. So we were like, right, we need to pre-open the door. But if we pre-open the door, someone else is going to escape, right? So it was a bit of a like, the care home person was like, I'll do the door. So she went out and she like squished herself behind the door so that he wouldn't see her, but the door was still open. We were all under the desk, like, is he gone? Is he gone, guys? And then obviously we needed his meds and his paperwork and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, it's all right, guys. I'll take the front because I'm not sitting in the back of that ambulance with this guy. Anyway, everything's fine. Everything's chill. He walks out. He sits and he's fine, right? And like, what have you guys done to him? Anyway, get to the hospital. I actually think I saw one of you guys there. I don't know who it was, but there was one of us there, right? And I'm like sort of giggling and like walking behind because I'm hiding out of the way because this whole thing is just like first job on and it's so bizarre. Anyway, so we walk into triage and it's a full female crew, like all female nurses.
Was this a night shift?
Yeah.
Was it me?
Yeah. And we walk in and there is not a male in sight, literally not a male in sight, right? And obviously everyone in triage is a little bit nosy, yeah, and everyone looks at people. And his one thing was that he hated women looking at him. That would really, really set him off. Anyway, so everyone's like peering at him, see, like, girls, don't look him in the eyes. And they were like, why, Ellie, why? Anyway, they get him into his room, and I'm like, what are we going to do? Like, who's going to do his obs? Who's going to do anything? Because we've not managed to do anything on him. And basically, I'm like, who's gonna go in and do it? Anyway, there's a girl, and she's really, really confident, right? And she has short hair. So she, like, from really, really far away, you would think that she was a man, but she really isn't. Like, you can tell that she's not. Anyway, because obviously this guy was like, he was ill, you know, he probably can't see that well. So she walked in, she went, guys, I've got it. And she walked in and she just went, all right, can I do your obs, please? And he was like, yeah, okay, absolutely fine. Do you think there's any moments that being a female has worked wonders with patients and has been beneficial?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, because like before, if you're working with an all-male crew, you're going to like a young woman or a young girl, they're not always like comfortable, even just talking about basic stuff.
Yeah.
Like nothing personal, nothing, they're just not comfortable talking to like the men.
Yeah.
So then you come in, you're closer to their age, or women, so you can kind of relate a bit more to them.
Yeah, I get that.
They're just more comfortable talking with you than anyone else, and they're like more willing to talk about what's going on.
100%.
Especially like in mental health calls and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Been a lot, very helpful.
Yeah, I think mental health really helps because you can sort of get on their level. And I think obviously there's the pro of like if you've had mental health issues before, you can get on their level, but being a female and being close to their age, you can like properly build up some good rapport with them.
But opposite to that, I went to a mental health patient for a woman with an all-female crew, and she was really lovely, but she didn't like the fact that we were all women because her mental health was that she didn't feel pretty enough. And she didn't feel good in her own skin, so she wouldn't let us turn the light on, wouldn't let us open the curtains because she didn't want us to see her because she was like, you guys are so pretty, you're so young, you're so pretty, your bodies are beautiful, and she just hated the fact that she wasn't the same as us.
Yeah. Well, as she perceived.
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually really upsetting, isn't it? That's like the brutal end of, just going off topic, like the brutal end of the spectrum, isn't it? That there's so much to talk about Instagram, and I'm comparing myself to someone on Instagram, but you feel so sad that you don't want to be seen ever. You want to stay in the dark.
Want to be in her own skin.
On another sidetrack, the way that you question patients, I think it is different. I have never, ever, in my whole healthcare experience, heard anyone ask about, like, are your periods regular? I've never heard that. But I've also heard people say, oh, could you be pregnant, in a really, like, are you pregnant then, are you?
Yeah.
Like, in a really weird way. And it's like almost a, you're pregnant, judgmental way. And I have heard people to say that. And like, if someone was to, even if someone was just to generally ask, are you pregnant? Could you be pregnant? I'm always on my defensive for that. But like, imagine if there's a whole group of men, are you pregnant? Like, sometimes even if they don't mean it comes over judgmental. I just thought, like, patient questioning, the way that we approach it sometimes I think would be different.
And there's also that woman that was in the crew room talking about menopause as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Remember her?
That made me feel so bad. That ruined like my whole shift.
Yeah.
Because we were going through, oh my gosh, this is girls v girls now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we were going through cases that I'd attended, and I was giving Esme like sort of the odds and sort of the presenting complaint, and she was sort of playing a bit of a guessing work on what she would, where she would go with her questioning, what she thought it was. It was a really fun game.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
It was a fun game. Anyway, I went to a patient, and I'll just tell you now, she was just stressed.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was. She had so many things going on, and life had got the better, you know? Anyway, and I said the age of her, and a voice comes from the other side of the room, and we're quiet. We're like, we're minding our own business.
Like,
we
are, because it's silent in the room.
Everyone's so And and she basically shouts at us from the other side of the room. And
what if it could be menopause? How are you going to address that? How are you going to address that to the patient? Because it's
question it. And I go, I'm sorry, I don't know enough about that yet, right? And then she goes, well, you should be really careful about how you speak about it, because it's really, really like touchy topic for people. We didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
We know what we know, and we know what we don't. And we were bringing up something, and it was the one that I'd given her every answer for. You knew that if you looked at what her presenting complaint was, everything that was going on, you didn't need an X-ray to show it, you know? Like, it was through and through textbook. And that's what we were doing. We were doing what we'd learned, textbook symptoms. Yeah. And she was like so touchy about it, and it almost made it more taboo. And it was like, I don't want to ever be paired with her on a shift. And since then, I've been like, oh, I'm not too into working on female crews, just because she was really touchy. And I know people can be. Yeah. But she was the one that made it touchy. Yeah, like, you know?
She's the one who brought it up.
Yeah. I honestly don't know where it came from.
Even so, it doesn't, just because someone's stressed at that age doesn't automatically make it menopause.
Yeah, obviously that's a new differential diagnosis when you think about it, but it wasn't. That's not the answer I wanted her to give me.
It's a fact to think of, but you're not just going to go, oh, menopause.
Exactly. And that is definitely the problem, isn't it? Abdo pains, you're pregnant.
Like, it's not patient-centred, because you're not
Congratulations.
You're not listening to what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just going, oh.
Yeah. And from a female to a female, it just felt really weird. Anyway, that was our rant over for that. I'm so glad you brought that up, because that was really like...
Well, because you just know, if it was a man who yelled that across the room at you, every single woman in there would have turned around.
Would have him. Yeah.
But because it was another woman,
no one said anything.
Well, yeah. Obviously it is a problem.
Yeah, everyone stayed silent, and everyone was like, yeah.
And it was a woman of a certain age.
It was obviously a touchy topic, but we weren't talking about the topic. Anyway.
Gone over.
Yeah. Okay. So, talking about that, let's move on to how we manage 12-hour shifts in general as a woman, but also how we manage 12-hour shifts on our period, which, as you can sense in my voice, is the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I don't know who wants to start with this because I feel like we all have kind of different but the same.
Yeah. It's all of the same vein.
Yeah, I absolutely hate it. If I could plan my life around not doing work on my period, I would. Yeah. I plan my life around it because I want to be outdoorsy and I want to do adventure and I want to go jump in waterfalls, and I specifically won't do it because of that. Mm-hmm. And so then being put on shift, and you have to make your shifts. Like, if you don't make your shifts, it's a problem, right?
Yeah.
So you can't just not.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm quite lucky that I'm not in pain that much at the time. But imagine if you were in pain for 12 hours and you have to make that shift.
And the endo girls.
Is horrible.
Yeah,
endometriosis girls.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's actually like, this is my health. I hate it. And I get stressed.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so how do we manage that? Over, let's just say, just one 12-hour shift, how do you get through a 12-hour shift?
Well, it's kind of different. Like, if you're comfortable, like, taking bathroom breaks while you're on a 12-hour shift, then it's fine. You can just kind of manage it as you would at home. But, like, I won't use the toilet when I'm on a shift. Like, I would deliberately not drink water, so I don't need to use the toilet.
Oh, that's the thing, though. That is where it's at.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with you. I have to drink water because I'll get headaches and, like, I'll be a horrible person. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. And when I'm not on my period, I will not go to the toilet for the whole 12 hours. Like, I literally won't. Not at the crew, not at the not the hospital mainly. But I think the hospital is the only place that I actually feel comfortable. Even when I'm on my period, I won't, like, sort myself out at the hub. I will do it at the hospital. Mm-hmm. But then you've got to hope that you go to the hospital. Yeah. Which, as you said, like...
I don't even know where the toilets are in the hospital.
I go to the patient ones. I go to the public ones. I don't even know where they are. Okay, well, we'll talk about that later. Down the corridor, take a right. Yeah, I only go, and I won't go into the paramedic ones and the staff ones because I don't like people knowing that I'm going to the toilet. Do you get that, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go into the patient ones and the public ones, but I'm wearing my uniform and it feels a bit weird, but they won't see me ever again, so it's fine. Yeah. But I absolutely hate it, like absolutely hate it. And I don't think I can give good advice on it because I don't think I manage it very well. No. And I'm like, I also feel like I treat patients differently. So I'm ranting about this. Okay. But I don't treat patients differently in the way that I act, in the way that I care for them, in the way that I question them. Mm-hmm. But I'm a little bit more like, I don't want to get down onto the floor to have to get my obs to stand back up. So much movement.
You don't want to do heavy lifting either.
Yeah, like all of these things, I'm not opposed to it and I will do it. And if there's something that's like, it's a trauma, I don't have a second thought. But when I'm in a slow-paced environment, I'm like, I don't want to sit on that white sofa.
Yeah.
You know?
And my thing is, I'm usually in a lot of pain, and even if I'm not in pain, I'm always uncomfortable. Like, I can never just sit still or like just kind of exist without being aware of it.
Yeah.
So the way you treat patients, like they picking up on the fact that you're uncomfortable. Yeah. And it's not anything they've done. But it's just also nothing I can stop.
It's just second hand.
We don't go to the toilet. Do you guys go to the toilet?
Sometimes.
It depends if I'm desperate. If I can hold it, I won't go.
Oh my god, let's talk about patients' houses.
If we're on standby, I'll go to the toilet.
No, if I'm on break,
I'm sat in the
because I know they won't leave without me. So in the half-an-hour break, I'll go because I know they won't leave.
Yeah, no, my mentor sits in the crew room, so I just go in there.
Yeah.
When I'm going to the toilet, and then
my thing is,
they'll just go. Or if I'm on the toilet, she'll come get me.
Yeah. The mentor I was with last time says he has accidentally and deliberately left people behind before. So I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
And if you're on break, I leave the ambulance, they'll lock the ambulance, and then I can't get back in. And I don't like sitting in the crew room because, again, what if you get left behind?
Yeah.
So I just don't leave.
Ask for the keys.
That's so scary. We need to talk about this off camera because that's crazy. Yeah, but I do 100% get where you're coming from. Nobody's told me that. Nobody's been like, by the way.
But there's always that fear in your mind.
There is always that fear because you're not part of the crew.
Because, I mean, usually they wouldn't have a student.
Yeah.
Like, I know they do have it, like, for a good couple of...
Yeah.
But there are holidays when they won't have any students with them.
Yeah. And they just
fall into the routine of just having 2 people there.
Yeah. We were literally on the way to a Cat 1 after the break, and the mentor said to the paramedic in the front, he was just like, "Oh, is Sophia actually in the back?"
No way!
Yeah, I'm here. We were good. Like,
we need to
minutes.
chat about these people. Oh my god. Okay, right. We have a problem here. But yeah, patients' houses, okay? Because so many paramedics that I've met are like...
They're comfortable enough to go.
So comfortable. Can I just, like, I need a wee, can I go to your toilet?
I think it's different at your hub than my hub.
Do you think?
Because I've only ever met one paramedic who's done that, and it's only because he was desperate.
Nearly every single paramedic at our hub does it.
Yeah. Can I just sidetrack from that?
Yeah.
The paramedics at our hub are so confident. Sorry, this is so funny. I'm not going to tell you the story, but a paramedic was really, really ill, and I was managing extrication of this very, very difficult patient, right? She was so ill that she first went for a poop in their toilet.
Oh god.
Okay. Wasn't good. Blocked that. Left the house. He left the house. It makes it funny that I was unaware of it until I extricated the patient from the house, and then was sick over the whole path to the patient's house and his garden. And I had this patient on a wheelchair, right? And I got the patient out of it was like a full hoarded house. It was really difficult. Got out of the door and was like, home stretch, we're ready to go. Sick everywhere. Paramedics at our hub are so confident that they'll just poo on your...
They'll block your toilet.
They'll poo on your lawn.
I really hope that guy has a
I'm
dog somewhere. I thought that would happen more at the hub I'm at.
Oh my god. She was she was so ill. And it's just about people in general. Basically what we've learned is nobody wants to go to the toilet on shift.
Yeah. Nobody wants to go to the toilet in general.
Oh, so many people though at our hub have spoken about using Shewees.
What's that?
Yeah, they use it in the back of the ambulance.
Absolutely not. Sort of covered the support and flexibility on your shift. There is none.
Yeah.
None that we've discovered. I'm sure there would be.
I think there's some space, it's just it's not actually...
We've not encountered it.
They're not easily accessible.
Yeah, and like, it's almost the why would you want to be professional? We're there to do a job, we're there to learn. Still definitely taboo, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they've got free products in toilets, but that's just whacked in there.
Yeah, it's what you got to do nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
really good.
I love it.
But if you're not at the hub, like, it's
yeah. And also, on that point, let's just touch on the fact that, one, we don't go to the toilet for 12 hours, but two, especially if people are on their periods, right? Sometimes you actually don't get to a hospital, and you maybe, say you get into the city, right? You get diversion. Sometimes you're driving for hours. You either, one, don't go to a patient's house, even though we all have said we're not going to go in a patient's house, but you either get there and you don't convey them anywhere, and that can happen multiple times, so you can go hours without it.
Yeah.
And I think the advice here is to pre-plan, as much as you can, because you really, really can't plan what you're going to be doing. So you need to plan for everything, and that is so difficult, because how do you
plan for every single scenario?
I've had it where, like, paramedics in front of, like, ask control, can we just not pay, we need to use facilities. But then, like, again, in the back, you don't want to tell them, because if you don't already, you can't do it yourself.
Yeah.
Again, but even though we said none of us would ever do it.
Yeah.
But
it's just about having that option there, because there might be people who would do it.
I think it is a confidence thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think us guys, personally, we're not that confident with it.
Not yet.
I don't think I'll ever be confident with it. But then we're going to be in a different position. There's a different hierarchy. You can just pull over. You know, you can, if you've got another pal, it's fine, isn't it? But again, if I was with, like, when I work privately with just a male crew, like, they have not got the monkeys what a girl is, you know? So they don't know what happens. So, like, I'm up in the mountains, like, and I actually quite like that, because if there's no one there, no patients, nobody coming through, like, I've definitely just sorted myself out on the side of a mountain, and that's fine. But what happens if you're somewhere that you're completely stuck, you know, and you can't? So I do think there's a point in that as well. Anyway,
but from us feeling how we do, I think that when we have students who are the same, we can make them feel comfortable enough to break that barrier that we put up for ourselves.
I really hope that happens.
I hope that happens, but I also know how I would feel if
I was there,
tried to start that conversation with me, and I would just be like, no.
100%. I think maybe,
but we think we need to find a subtle way.
We need to find a solution for this, or someone needs to find a solution for this, because.
But a subtle solution as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it can't be changing policies, because that's changing patient care, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like such a difficult thing, and loads of workplaces are like, oh, we've got female-friendly rotas, so don't come in during your period. We can't really do that. We've got to earn a living at the end of the day, but also, like, you can't. It just doesn't really work, you know, with the shift patterns and things like that. So there's definitely a solution, but what it is, I'm not sure. And maybe it's just actively talking about it and being uncomfortable for a bit. Yeah. And even if we don't have to talk to people about it, but even just this, like, stepping out of our comfort zones, someone will see it, and hopefully that's the aim. Someone will see it and feel like they have the answers to some questions, because this doesn't get talked about, and we're not confident to talk about it, so not a lot of other people are, you know.
We're not confident enough to talk about it yet. We're the ones that talk about it.
Yeah, because it needs to happen, you know. Someone needs to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So we've chosen it to be us.
Woohoo!
I'm going to eat so many biscuits later. Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So
I'm going to have ice cream.
Oh yeah, I've got some of that.
We tried. Have you got Nutella ice cream yet? Have you still got it?
I can get another thing.
£5, but it's brilliant. It's like melting on your mouth, Nutella, but it's not Nutella.
We can have some.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Ice cream date.
Ice cream date.
Yeah. Strawberries.
Yeah.
I'll get some strawberries too.
Anyway, we should have had that here. We should just be munching on our chocolate-covered strawberries. Anyway, have we got any useful advice? We've talked about how bad it is and how not confident we feel and how difficult it is to be a girl on the service. Have we got any hacks? How do we actually manage it? Because at the moment, I'm empty for hacks at the moment.
So nice.
Don't be this nervous.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be an issue.
With confidence.
Eat a lot of Nutella ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream. On the period point of view, you have so many pockets. You know, a pad is the same size as your pocket paramedic, right?
Yeah.
So they can go in your pocket together.
And also don't pull it both out at the same time.
Sorry. But that is an option, you know, because if you ever actually do get a chance, you've just chucked a patient in triage, nip to the loo, and your crew's not going to be that fast doing paperwork and stuff. So nip to the toilet then, and you've already got something. You don't have to go back and get your bag out, and that's all a bit awkward and weird, isn't it? Yeah. So there is literally nothing else that I do to manage it, apart from feel nervous.
Yeah.
I feel like you just have to live it and just get through it.
Yeah.
And then you learn to just live with it.
Yeah.
You've just got to get over yourself. As
horrible
as it sounds, like, it is normal. It's something everyone, like, all females are going to go through at some point. And it's just...
And as much as you will worry about it, you will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also at the end of the day, if anything does go wrong, your friends are medically trained people. They don't care. You've just been to someone that's pooed on the floor. You know. Yeah. I don't know why we're talking about that so much today, but like, there is so much worse.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit embarrassing. They're not even going to tell anyone because it literally doesn't matter that much. They don't care. So yeah, I think maybe that's what I think I've got to tell myself that because I care too much. I think.
Yeah.
But also, ballet school, right? I went to ballet school.
Yeah.
Started my period then. Leotards, pink tights. How did I manage? And that's actually what gets me through. I think, how have I managed all the way through? And now I'm wearing long trousers and sometimes a big coat, and I'm nervous.
I used to swim.
Yeah.
We swam.
Yeah. How are we stressed about it now when we've done something so much harder?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good comparison to make. That's mentally, that's what I do.
Than you think you are.
Yes.
I like your nails, by the way.
Thank you. I've got to get them up before we go up in place, which is really sad.
Yeah,
and
but they're
before
super
practical
nice.
next week,
Oh, yeah.
otherwise Chris will have a hissy fit.
Oh, they do match the uniform.
care.
Yeah, that's bad. We've talked about it for an hour now. Okay.
Wow.
Do we feel confident talking about this? Is it still taboo in the service? Let's all answer at the same time. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes.
It's not taboo in this way.
No, it's not. It's just
but once we leave,
it's less taboo now. But there's still.
I think we've broken some barriers together.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we've gotten a lot closer.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, and just talking about it now isn't going to change enough.
Yeah, I think fundamentally something needs to change. We don't know what it is that needs to change because we don't even know what's going to make us feel more confident.
Yeah.
But
Figure it out.
Well, when we see it.
mentally we are in charge of that, and mentally I think this helps to be like, well, nobody actually cares, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. It feels like a huge deal, but it's not in the grand scheme of things. Is there a piece of advice that you would give a female that's wanting to start out in the ambulance service, or someone that is already in the ambulance service and, like us, sort of feels a little bit alone in some aspects of the job? Pause for reflection. My one's really controversial.
Okay.
And you have to promise not to giggle.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just wipe professional boundaries. Don't think that you need to flirt to fit in. Yeah.
As much as that is controversial, it's true.
It's true. Because I think the ambulance service, shock horror, is a workplace.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a really, really flirty workplace.
Very flirty.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that we've definitely, people have said controversial things to us 100%, right? You get it every single shift, you get it every single job, you know? How you deal with that is one thing, but you don't have to rise to that either. Like, you don't have to flirt with people to get somewhere, because in our own right, we are capable and able of doing everything that we set out to do. And we don't, like, the way that you act should always be professional.
Yes.
Remembering that you're in a workplace and have some fun. But I don't think that there's a real issue.
Just talk to people. The more you talk to them, the more you're going to be comfortable with them, and then the more you're going to get out of it.
The confidence you're going to get out of it as well.
It's more for students, but
Yeah.
don't be scared.
Yeah.
Everything.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, then you get locked in an ambulance. Okay.
But it is okay to be scared.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
okay to be scared.
It's normal.
It's normal to be scared. But you'll be fine.
Don't let that set you back.
Don't let it set you back.
Don't
But it's
lock yourself in
okay.
an ambulance.
Yeah, don't lock yourself in an ambulance. Yeah, 100%.
And at the end of the day, everyone is there to help you get to that goal.
Yeah.
No one's trying to stop you from getting there other than yourself.
Yeah, why would they?
They're just there to help. So
Yeah.
you will be fine.
And I think definitely, I mean, we've done it today and we've been practicing this today in this conversation. Being uncomfortable. Start to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's where you learn. And I know people say that it's such a cliche,
But it's true.
but how we were so nervous and so uncomfortable to question that patient for the first time. We were so nervous to go, "Hi guys, my name's Bob and I'm your student paramedic for the day." How uncomfortable is that?
It's
Sitting in the
awkward
crew
as well.
room, you know, how uncomfortable is that? But actually, if we just do it, it's fine. And then we get shouted at by women about menopause.